Hafa Day, and welcome to another edition of Island Images. I'm Lieutenant Tim Gorman, the Joint Region Marianas Public Affairs Officer. Today we're in Tumon, and as you can see from the poster behind me, we're talking about the 3rd annual Guam International Marathon. Let's run Guam. So with us today is Mr. Ben Ferguson from Guam Sports Events. Ben, welcome. Thank you. Welcome to the show.
Good to be here.
Okay. So we're here to talk about the Guam International Marathon, and it's the 3rd Guam International Marathon, is that correct?
That's correct. Yep,
okay.
3rd annual.
And when is the event?
The event is on April 12th.
Okay, which is
April
a Sunday.
12th. That's right.
What time will it start at?
We start pretty early. We're going to start at 3 a.m. The marathon starts at 3 a.m. Obviously, we'll start closing roads down starting at midnight. The area around Ipao Park will be closed down around midnight, but the marathon itself will start at 3 a.m. That event is followed by the half marathon, which starts at 4 a.m. Then we do a 10K at 5 a.m. and then we do the 5K at 6 a.m.
Has it started at 3 a.m. each year? Is that normal?
This is the 2nd year that it started at 3 a.m. The first year we started it at 4 a.m. and we found that runners were finishing during a little bit of the hotter part of the day, so we figured if we could move it forward or back an hour, that we'd get runners out of the heat a little bit more. And so I think our runners on Guam, and you probably run on Guam yourself, you can appreciate how that 1 hour difference really makes a big difference. We are hoping to get to the 3,300, 3,400 mark. We've still got a few days left to register, so we're hoping to get to that number. Our numbers out of Japan and Korea seem to be trending pretty well. Those are our 2 major markets, international markets that we draw from, and of course residents are trending well as well. So we're hoping we get over the 3,000 mark. The ideal running temperature is between 40 and 45 degrees. Obviously, we're probably between 75 and 80. So our winning time, we're hoping we get a better time than we got last year. So somewhere around between 2:30, 2:35, I think. Last year's male marathon winner came out of Japan. Last year's female marathon winner came out of Korea, and that was actually the 2nd consecutive year that she had won the female marathon. But most of the fast runners and the other race distances come out of Japan. We've got some very talented runners here on Guam as well. In fact, our 10K male runner hailed from Guam last year. So hopefully our resident runners will do well. Hopefully we've got some great military runners that do well. The start is right in front of Guam Visitors Bureau, and the finish is very close to Guam Visitors Bureau as well. It's adjacent to the building down in the park, closer to the beach. We've moved the finish line from years 1 and 2 down into the park so that runners, when they finish, will be in much closer proximity to the beach. Be able to finish the event, walk down, put your feet in the sand, jump in the ocean, do that. The race course actually goes up to Marine Drive, and then from Marine Drive it heads south. And so depending on the race distance, the 5K turns around in front of the Century Plaza building, I think it's called. The 10K turns around at Trinchera Park, which is very close to Alapang Beach Tower. Half marathon turns around just south of Adelup, and then the marathon proceeds all the way down, goes inside the port, comes out, and then goes down to T. Stell Newman Visitor Center right outside the Navy Gate, and then comes around and turns around and comes back. Does not go in the port on the way back and just comes straight back. The Island-wide Beautification Task Force is manning and creating this Fiesta aid station. So we're trying to create a mini Fiesta out on the race course. So you're right. That's at around mile 20, mile 19, 20. At that point in a marathon, most runners really are looking forward to something different and to give them some additional food to motivate them to run that final 6 miles.
So, Mr. Ferguson, you said that what can drivers or people that are traveling Marine Corps Drive and Tumon that day, what should they know?
I'm glad you asked that question. One of the issues, or one of the things that we want to be able to prevent is motorists that aren't participating in the event being unduly impacted by traffic out on Marine Drive. So, we like to tell people that if you don't need to be on Marine Drive on Sunday, April 12th, between the hours of 3 a.m. and 10 a.m., then don't go on Marine Drive. If you absolutely need to head south from the north, then what we recommend that you do is take an alternative route to get south. Marine Drive from the Kmart intersection all the way pretty much to Adelup will be 1 lane. And then once you get to Adelup, we close Marine Drive entirely, and motorists go up and over Nimitz. And then once you get to Veterans Cemetery, and if you were proceeding further south, Those 2 lanes southbound are also closed all the way down to T-Stell Newman, so we'll have both lanes of traffic north and south over on the northbound lanes.
You are a runner, but you're not running this year. Can you tell us about organizing this? It sounds like a tremendous task. How do you do it? What do you need help with?
I tell you, the thing that makes the event special for us is, as you touched on, organizing an event of this magnitude is a complicated endeavor, but it's made a lot less complicated through the support of governmental agencies like the Guam Police Department, the Guam Fire Department, the Department of Parks and Recreation, Department of Public Works. Those governmental agencies are instrumental to what we do. We've received a tremendous amount of support from the governor's office. Mm-hmm. The other thing that's very important to us as event organizers is to get support from the business community. And in that regard, we're very blessed. We've received a tremendous amount of support from our sponsors. We have 2 large sponsors in United Airlines and Pacific Islands Club that do a lot for us. The Guam Visitors Bureau is a tremendous asset to us and really supports the event. And then we have a whole host of other sponsors that really contribute a lot to us, whether it's aid stations or finances or things of that magnitude. And so these things, without that, obviously, the event doesn't happen. So all of the registration closes on Tuesday, April 6th.
Okay.
After Tuesday, we'll go into a period, Wednesday and Thursday, where we won't accept any new registrations. We are, however, new to this year, opening up registration at the Event Expo. Pricing will be a little bit higher at the Event Expo, so we encourage people to register by April 6th at midnight. Register online, or you can register at Pacific Islands Club front desk.
So we'll end here at the race finish line. And if you've made it this far on April 12th, then you deserve a big thumbs up. Siza Usma Asi for watching, and see you next time.